Ben Cowan on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
It confuses me, but Halpin Music Company and Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance.
Yeah, thanks for the insurance, thanks for the sponsorship, thanks for the musical equipment through the years. You gotta love Halpin and Mr. Matt Van Voorhis. And you gotta love another Thursday night here in the Riverbend area. So, you know, if you're tuned into WBGZ, you gotta listen to us again. So, hey, and we also have a guest tonight. So, should we?
Really? When do we start doing that?
You know, well, it's a new thing. We're trying to think out of the box and do something new here. So, anyway, we got Miss Sara McGibany, a familiar voice to the WBGZ radio. How you doing, Sara?
Good evening. I'm doing well.
All right, and you've got a new project we're going to be talking about for a little while this evening. Pickin Daisies.
Yes, sir.
With a guitar pick as the logo. That's a great name, Pickin Daisies. I dig it.
We're fortunate enough to have a graphic designer in the band, so that was nice. We had like 12 logos to choose from and put it out on Facebook, and everybody liked the pick style. Yeah, I like that one too.
I like that one too, and I saw when you put several of them up and we're voting, I think, on the final 3 or whatever. The pick was the one I liked because it really got the Pickin Daisies part out. But also on the phone with us, Cara McGuire. Is Cara? No?
I haven't put her on.
Oh, okay.
I can do that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing, Cara?
Doing great. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, so the member missing in action would be Jennifer Hayden.
Yep, that's our fiddle player.
And that's the 3-piece. And you were all 3 very used to jamming with each other when this happened because you've all 3 been in a band together.
We're exactly one half of Tipsy Gypsy.
Exactly,
all right.
Exactly.
First of all, it's called Tripsy Gypsy, as far as I'm concerned.
We'll take it.
Well, you know, you gotta name bands what you want them to be. The Dead Roses are the Red Doses.
Oh, that's great.
The Tipsy Gypsies are the Tripsy Gypsies. I don't know if it's fake news. Fake news. But hey, so how?
You guys can feel free to change any of Pigpen's band's names.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, he does it to everybody every week. So I think it's time we start coming up with some really good ones for him. Really good ones now, you know. That embarrass him, hopefully.
That would be fine. I'm selectively dyslexic. Sometimes I just say things wrong. I don't know.
That's
I'm
a good
sorry.
excuse.
So when did the Pickin Daisies decide, hey, let's do this? How did it come about?
Well, it came through Cara's family, so I'll let her explain.
All right, Cara.
Yeah, so my family was having a reunion, and they always want us to play, and just we're kind of at that point where we weren't really as Tipsy Gypsy up and running, and I kind of had gone to Sara and Jen and said, hey, do you think the 3 of us could just pull something off for, you know, a very low-pressure, friendly audience? And we just started having so much fun as we were practicing and doing some new tunes and stuff that we decided to keep it up as the trio. And it's been really reinvigorating for us as a musicians, and we love our fellow Tipsy Gypsies, but we've really enjoyed just doing some different stuff with a little bit of a new twist, and it kind of makes us be a little sharper because with 3 people in a band versus 6, you can't hide quite as well.
Right.
You can get more gigs, too.
That's true. Not everybody can fit a 6-piece.
Yeah. Well, and logistically speaking, practices and things with 3 people, twice as easy to get together as 6 people. You know, it's twice as hard to get 6 people together as 3. So
exactly, and less gear to carry. I mean, there are a lot of benefits of stripping it down.
Yeah.
It's nice they're making gear smaller and lighter. Don't you love that?
Every new set of speakers we get, we're like, they dropped another 25 pounds. This is crazy.
It's that Atkins diet they're all. I don't know if that's true. Fake news. Cara, we've never had you in on the show. We've had both the Saras and Val and multiple times. But the rest of you Tripsy Gypsies are always out roaming the land selling elixirs or whatever gypsies do. I'm not sure.
I don't know, stealing children or something like that. I don't know.
Well, that was one thing that was a reoccurring theme every time we would have the Tipsy Gypsies come on, is that you had just gotten off a break from somebody having a baby, or you were just getting ready to go on a break with somebody having a baby. Usually we were promoting a coming off a break or going on a break show.
Right.
And usually that was due to somebody giving birth. So.
Yes, there was a lot of that for a while.
Yeah. Well, 5, 6 girls in a band. I guess there's going to be a little birthing going on during those years, right?
It happens.
A few more years. That's got to all be over, right? I mean, I'm sure Val's not done. No, I don't know. I'm just talking crap here. So what is if somebody was to come out to see the Pickin Daisies? What are they going to like? How is it different than the Tipsy Gypsies?
I would say we keep a handful of the same tunes that are our absolute favorites, but we have really added a whole lot of new stuff. We just played an hour show over the weekend, and we really only had a few things that were repeats from the past. We had just about an entire hour full of nothing but new stuff, and it was nerve-wracking but fun.
Right. It's so much easier to do the ones we know really well.
The muscle memory's already there. Your hands don't even think about it. Yeah.
Right. Now, Cara, are you just vocalizing?
Yeah, I'm doing mostly vocals still. Just to kind of keep this together, I'm doing a very, very minimal amount of little hand percussion, like shakers and tambourine and stuff like that, just because there's some of that stuff that without a drummer, we need to kind of make sure we're together. So as we've practiced, I'm starting to pick up my really cool uke that I bought a couple years ago and never have time to play. So maybe as we start getting a little bit more solid on the new stuff, I might be brave and add that. But I tell you what, my Sarah will attest that when I tell her that she has to play and sing something, she looks at me a little bit like, "Are you kidding me?" Because I'm really thinking about what I'm playing, and I feel kind of the same way about singing. Like, to play at the same time for me, my brain just starts to stutter a little bit. So we might add a little bit something in there, but we're going to have to get comfortable with the new stuff for sure.
My wife, the first time she decided to just start singing backing vocals along with playing the bass at the same time, after she tried it just a couple of songs, she stopped and said, "I have a whole new respect for you trying to remember the words and play and sing at the same time." I'm like, yeah, don't have a new respect for me. but it was not, it is when you first attempt, and I'll be honest, like with that, playing bass is harder than strumming a guitar and singing somehow. To play bass and sing, or I couldn't imagine a ukulele or a mandolin, something how's this tuned? A bass upside down? What? But that is any time you haven't really done that, that's you have to separate your brain. It's like the piano players that can do 2 different things with both hands, holding down the bass line, and then I'm always like so impressed with that.
Oh yeah, you're using multiple parts of your brain at the same time, and yeah, every once in a while my brain just explodes inside my head, and I'm like, whoa, how do you remember all this at the same time? It's crazy.
It's hard to separate my brain into 2 sides because I've only got 2 brain cells left alive, and they spend most of the time fighting each other. Usually I can just stutter cuss words, but
we're really fortunate to have Jen. She's our utility player. She plays not only the fiddle but the mandolin and some keys, and
nice.
And also we just got a cool little suitcase that's been converted into a kick drum, so we're going to start incorporating that in. So yeah, she's kind of our go-to. It keeps it interesting, changes from song to song and stuff like that.
Oh man, and that having a hole filler, someone who can just pick up whatever instrument and fill that empty space is invaluable.
Oh, yeah. And she plays so beautifully. I mean, people are just really tranced out by her violin stuff, so it's really cool.
Now, you said you got a suitcase hooked up to a bass pedal?
Yeah, that was a gift from Matt Tall. Thanks, Matt.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Thanks, Matt.
Big shout out to Mr. Matt Tall. Have you ever heard of the farmer's foot drum?
I haven't.
I came across them a while back. They're still expensive, so that's why I don't have one. But it's basically this little like case that you open it up, and it's got 4 foot pedals. One is a bass drum, one's a snare drum, one's like you can assign the other ones to like a hi-hat or a shaker, and then you can kind of assign different things to them. But the one's always a bass drum, and the one's always, so you can play basically a whole drum kit with your 2 feet while you play guitar.
That sounds so cool.
I think they were like $1,200 last time I looked. I'm like, oh my gosh! But they're actual drum. It's like got an actual drum where a thing hits it. They're very interesting. But for a 3-piece band with no drummer, that might be something you might want to contemplate. I don't know.
Want to go in on one together?
Okay. But then again, you got to separate your brain, and hey, your feet got to be doing the drums while your hands are playing the guitar.
To add to the mix, yeah.
And then start singing, and you're good to go.
We'll spontaneously combust right on
stage. So now it started off with a little a little family reunion gig, and you just couldn't let it go because it's just so much fun. Every time you get to jamming with people that are your friends, what's better than that?
Amen.
Just having some folks hanging out jamming. Any big plans for the future other than just having fun and doing the gigs you're doing, or any type of writing projects going on with us here?
We've been mulling it over, that's for sure. Cara's a songwriter. She's got her own album out. We've been talking about maybe dusting off some of her songs from the past, from her Nashville days, and maybe working those over. And who knows? We'll probably get there eventually when some of the hecticness of life slows down just a little bit.
When time allows.
Right.
So now you just said something I can't just let go. You said in her Nashville days. We've never got to really talk to Cara. Cara, tell us about your Nashville days. What is that?
Days. Yeah. Well, so I'm a St. Louis girl originally, and I went to school in Illinois, up in Decatur for college. I was a music major in college and did kind of what they called at the time a commercial music degree. So I did some business and kind of music industry type classes along with, I had a classical vocal performance degree from Millikan University. And so after I graduated, I decided, I wanted to kind of go and try out the Nashville scene. And so I was in Nashville for about 6 years and worked in the gospel music industry, actually, an association and then a record label for a couple of years each. And loved it in Nashville and did a few things, open mics and some things, with friends, again, kind of that jamming with friends type of thing. But the beauty and the pain of Nashville is the fact that everybody you run into is a singer, a songwriter, a musician, and it's a really cool scene to be a part of, and it is real hard to break into as well. So just some things in my life changed, and I made a decision that I wanted to be a little bit closer to home and to family. That's a definite important thing in my life, and so I moved back when I moved back home to St. Louis, and it was 2003, into 2003, beginning 2004. I just decided that I wanted to try and do music with, for fun and not try to have it be my career and make it quote unquote big. Everybody wants that. If it would drop in my lap, I would certainly not say no, but priorities in life are a little bit different, and I kind of have found that doing music, again, like you said, jamming with your friends and doing it for fun and, getting out there and still kind of scratching that itch of being a musician has been enough for me personally. And I have, a wonderful life in a lot of other areas, but I'm really, really thankful that I found the Tipsy Gypsy Girls just by total chance. I mean, it was a friend of my husband's, and we were at a party, and I met Valerie, and she said, "Come on, we're starting this girl band," and kind of the rest is history.
I remember that first practice, Val was like, "I met this girl. She's got the most beautiful voice you've ever heard. We've got to bring her in." So we're just like, yeah, make it happen. And, Cara and Val always harmonized together really well. So yeah, it was a click right from the start.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the Tipsy Gypsies.
you want to join us? We're looking for a bass player.
You've obviously never heard me play bass. And I'm not cute enough for that band. That's, you got a bunch of good-looking girls, and you throw me in there, I would bring the cute level down like a whole octave.
Oh, get out of town.
You should see him in ponytails when he was with the Prairie Girls. He had them, right?
I
were
would,
a girl then.
I would still wear pigtails. I got no problem wearing pigtails. I don't think I'm any cuter. I don't think it really. Yeah, you can't fix this. Yeah, even Jeff Lewis, a professional makeup artist, can't fix it. Anyway, yeah. Well, I'm really happy to see that you
when someone
girls
we care about loses a loved one.
I'm not happy to see that when someone we care about. I am not happy about that at all. That was good. So yeah,
on its own. I don't know.
I saw that. It was a ghost in the machine. So there we go. Yeah, I'm really happy to see that that you girls are still together playing, because you had to miss it during those times of not playing. I know every time I've set a guitar down for a while or set music down for any reason, it doesn't take long to get that itch.
That's very true. Yep. Thankfully, there's an open mic, almost every night of the week that we can always run out to, or we're just playing in one of our houses, or, we never let it go for too long.
That's another thing. There's so much happening around this town. It is so awesome to see open mics night after night after night, and the list of gigs here, what Dennis puts together, 5 pages from Thursday,
Wow.
Just on this side of the river, I'm so happy to see that we got a poppin' music scene like that,
We do. And the women are turning out these days. I mean, we just played a show over the weekend that was, all chicks all night, and everybody was so supportive, and we got Becca from Score Records across the street that's trying to get this whole thing going about mentoring, young musicians that are female from, all aspects of the music industry, not just playing, but also, photography and managing and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's a real surge of women involved in music in the River Band. It's cool.
Oh, yeah. And I've noticed that it didn't seem like there was very many back in the day, and now there's girls all over the place playing.
Kick the door down.
Kick the door. First we let you vote, now this is crazy. Things are out of hand. What's next? You're going to want to drive next. No, you can do that already? What? Oh, this is crazy. No, I'm sorry. That's my father talking. No. That's not true either. Anyway. Cara, it's been really nice having you on the show. I got to ask, though, you said you have a designer, a graphic designer in the band.
That's Jennifer.
Now, well, I got to say this. What a genius thing. People, that should be like when you're looking for a new drummer or something, that should be something you ask. Right. Are you also a graphic designer?
Bonus points.
Because you could really, your drumming's not that great, but you're a really good graphic designer, so we're going to work with you.
She's done our website, logos, everything. I mean, it's amazing.
And that's huge, especially in this day of Facebook and Instagram and stuff, to have someone who can just jump on a computer and go bloop, 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 and make something pretty cool looking and put it out there.
Very true.
Yeah.
Because rapid fire, you got to be putting stuff like that out there all the time that's different and interesting and stuff. So, if you had to pay somebody to do that on a weekly basis for you, I mean, that's like another full-time member of the band.
Absolutely. And that's, back in the day, like, we would do like one flyer per gig, and even that seemed insane. Like, well, we're not artists. let me clip all the letters out of the telegraph.
Actual cut and paste.
Right, actual cut and paste. I still do that kind of art. I'm like a preschooler when it comes to like making my band's art. You can see I've been using markers today. No, I don't know. Anyway, well, thanks so much for coming on the show and telling us about the Pickin Daisies. But we can't. We got a show coming up. We got to talk about that. That's what you're here for.
Oh, we got a few shows on the books. Let's
talk about all of them. Let us know what's going on with those shows.
Sure thing. First up, we've got Saturday, March 7th at Bakers and Hale. We played there first. That was after the family reunion gig. That was our very first show out at Bakers and Hales, and that was a really good time. So we're excited to go back there.
I ate brunch there last Sunday.
Oh, I heard about that.
Oh my gosh, is that good? It's amazing, man. It's
have to get out there.
Every time I go there, I find something. I just got a hamburger one time, and they had bacon jam to put on it. Bacon jam. Come on, man. It's insane. Right? Yeah, that amazing food out there, and they it's awesome to see them bringing music out there to that place. So,
yeah, for sure. You play outside in the little patio area. They got the heaters on and everything. It's comfy.
What's the date out that you're doing that again?
That is Saturday, March 7th.
There you go, March 7th, Bakers and Hale. Nice bar, nice restaurant.
Absolutely.
Nice people. So what else you got?
We're playing a fun one on Saturday, March 28th at Bottle and Barrel. That is going to be an entire day full of music, capped off at the end by Steve Ewing from The Urge, which is a big honor to share the stage with a guy of his caliber.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, that guy, he's a heck of a musician and a hot dog entrepreneur.
Yeah, I just saw that Steve's opened back up again because of an angel investor came in and reopened the place. That is so exciting.
I know,
I was sad when I saw that post that he was shut down. I was like, man, that's too bad.
Super cool for him. So I saw that too. So awesome for Steve. But yeah, there's a lot of bands on that. And what's the date on the the Vernal?
Yes.
Vernal Jam, right?
Vernal Jam. That is Saturday, March 28th down at Bottle and Barrel.
What time does it start?
I think it's 4, and it goes all the way through the wee hours.
Boom. Starts at 4 and rolls till they throw everybody out.
Right, exactly.
What else you got?
We just lined up one at Bossa Nova, actually, on Friday, April 24th.
Excellent. Go down and get yourself a proper dirty martini and catch some good music.
Absolutely. And then a little bit later this spring, we've got one lined up on Saturday, May 2nd at Brown Bag Bistro. That's from noon to 3 in the afternoon. So if the nighttime scene isn't really your speed, you can come out and have some nice lunch and enjoy us down at the Brown Bag Bistro out on the beautiful patio.
It's a matinee.
Yeah.
It's the matinee show.
We're considering taking a show that night as well, but we're trying to just kind of weigh out whether a doubleheader is still in our wheelhouse these days.
You're pushing it.
We are. We're so excited to be back.
Look, you know, people always say, well, you're only as young as you act, or you're only as young as you feel, all that. And I'm going to tell you, girls, I can still party like I was 20 years old. It just takes 4 to 5 days to get over it. But I can still party just as hard that one night. Well, hey, so if people want to find out more about the Pickin Daisies, where would they go to find out about you girls?
Yeah, hit us up on Facebook. We're under Pickin Daisies. I think if you search by Alton, Illinois, you'll find us there.
I think
if you
I
want
just
to get in touch with us, email pickindaisiesband@gmail.com. No G, so Pickin with just an N. And we'd love to hear from people.
And I believe in Facebook I put Pickin with just an N, Daisies, and it came right up. But if you add the G, all these other things come up, mainly about picking daisies. But so you got the Facebook page, and you got the emails, and if anybody wants to talk to you girls about booking a band, I guess that those would be the ways to get a hold of you.
Yeah, book us, request a song, whatever you want to do.
There you go. Or if they just want to check your events and see what's coming up next.
Yes, we got all our events listed, and come on out and join the jam.
Well, thanks so much. Cara, you're going to have to come in and be in studio with us someday so we can find out more about what you've done in your life. We barely scratched the surface of Cara, I do believe.
Oh, yeah. I am an enigma wrapped in a riddle. I would love to come in and hang out with you guys.
I'm sorry, I'm looking up these words right now. How do you spell enigma? Well, thanks so much for calling in, Cara, and talking to us, and thanks so much for coming down and showing us your smiling face, Miss Sara McGibany.
We appreciate you. Thanks for helping us get the word out about our shows.
And Jennifer Hayden.
Thanks so much.
Jennifer Hayden, you've avoided me once again. I got handsy with her one time, and she won't let me live it down.
She won't be in your vicinity anymore.
No, she's got some kind of restraining order. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
Hysterical.
I'm sorry. No, all fake news. I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much, and we will keep up and keep promoting what's coming up with the Pickin Daisies in the future.
It.
Thanks so much.
Awesome.
All right, talk to you later, Cara.
All right.
Bye. All right, we need to take a break.
Yeah, I guess so. Or we could go over some of these gigs
all right,
take a break.
All right, let's do the gigs because it's Thursday night and it's 6:30 and some of this stuff's already going on. We usually do that earlier. I kind of jumped into it. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
All right, so we've got sea shanties going on every Thursday night. Get drunk on some Irish whiskey and sing along with everybody. That's down at Morrison's Irish Pub just over the hill there.
Yep, open mics at Germania Brewhouse and Raging Cajun tonight.
And we've got DJ Denice, Dwayne Williams. He's there every Thursday night down at Bossa Nova Martini Bar.
Right across the line at Fast Eddie's, Corey Everett at the Stagger Inn in Edwardsville, DJ Josh at the Back Bar in Edwardsville, Levi Tucker up at Georgia's local brew in Jerseyville, and Brad and Jerry at the Prairie Inn in Dorsey.
There you go. That's a lot for a Thursday on this side of the river.
Yeah, that's just what I found.
There's probably other things happening. Who knows? But that's a pretty happening Thursday night right there in the Riverbend area.
All right.
So, what else we got here? We got Friday night.
We can do Friday if you want, or we can take a break and.
All right, let's take a quick break.
All right, let's do that. You're listening to Riverbend Talent, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance.
Riverbend Talent
with Dennis Laird and Pig Hen.
I don't like that SmartNet there mutes the speakers. It makes me feel like that the microphones are on.
Yeah, that's
and we get nervous when that happens.
You got
like, are the mics on?
Just make sure you have everything.
See?
Yep.
Now that's playing. I don't know what's going on.
There's a ghost in the machine tonight. I'm watching it happen, man. Things are just kind of popping off by themselves. And like you say, when you're in a radio station and the speakers suddenly go out, the first thing you think is a mic's on.
And shut up.
And you tense up. you even tense up a little bit. You're like,
there's a mic on, and it happens when I push this button. See?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to us now because we have headphones on. But if we're listening to a commercial and I hit the button, which is actually for the hot button things that go, you're listening to Riverbend Talent, that thing.
Yeah. Wow,
I can't do Lydia, but...
little look behind the scenes there in the radio. Yeah, but there's a bit of a ghost in the machine tonight, popping some stuff off, and that's all right, though.
All right, let's fly through some Friday, and then we'll see if we can get Matt Costello on the line to talk about his show on Saturday.
Absolutely.
All right, so we talked about this possibly in the past, the 4th annual Jeff Bensman birthday jamboree. We might have mentioned that.
Once or twice.
Or we at least mentioned Andy Bensman's birthday. I remember that.
That was a good party.
This other character's got one, too.
This other character.
And he's going to have members of the Owlz Band, Tanglefoot, the Glendale Riders, who I think he's in.
Yep.
Number 4 Combo, Lady Luck, and the Moore Band, which is totally my favorite. More explanation point. They will be there at Max Time out in Alton on Friday.
You got to see Moore live. You can't, if you hear the recordings of them, it's okay. But
they sound a little bit like Pink Floyd.
The Moore soundtrack. Nice.
Okay, so DJ Karaoke at Third Shoot, then Champagne Fixx at Fast Eddie's on Friday. The Tragg Band, 7 p.m. at the VFW in Alton on Friday. You can do this one.
Rapid ear movement. Rabbit. That's weird. That is hard to say. Rabbit ear movement. You think it's going to be rabbit.
Right.
Rabbit ear movement. With Cheap Surrender, 8 p.m. at the back room of the Bottle and Barrel. One more time, Rabbit Ear Movement.
Okay, those are 2 tribute bands. Figure out who they're tributing.
The Cheap Surrender's easy. That's Cheap Trick.
Right.
Rabbit Ear Movement. I'm not. That's not ringing a bell with me.
It's what happens when you're falling asleep.
Okay, REM.
Right, you got it. I know you're not up on your 90s pop music, but
I thought that was Rabid. Or rapid.
Rabbit.
I thought this said rabbit.
I copy paste just like you, so I didn't spell that.
Right. I think it's rabid. Rapid is the rapid eye movement.
Well, you know how it goes. Whatever you decide is what it's going to be, and that's just how it is.
No, I get it. Rabbit ear movement instead of rapid eye movement. I got it.
It's still going to be what you decide. I'm just saying.
Okay, there we go. So Clint, that's going on down at the back room of the Bottle and Barrel. The two cheap Trick and
you won't find that one listed on their page.
Really?
I just happened to see live music Friday and Saturday posted, so I sent them a message, who? And so they answered back, we have 2 tribute bands, and we'll get to the other one when we get to Saturday.
There you go.
But so then I had to search. Who's going to be the tribute bands and what kind of tribute band? I finally found it, as you can tell.
Right, wow.
Clinton Company, 9:30 at the Pump House in Wood River. Flipside, 7 p.m. at the Moose in Wood River on Friday. Ridin Shotgun doing the back bar in Edwardsville at 9. Lexy Schlemer, 5 to 8. And Marcel Strong, 9 p.m. at the Stagger Inn again in Edwardsville. The Dueling Pianos are back at the Wildey in Edwardsville. They're doing Back to the 80s. On Friday, Cree Rider up at Georgia's local brew, Mastermind at Patrick's, Shotgun Creek at Deutz Village Inn on Friday, so they'll be there Saturday, and that open mic is every Friday night at the Hog Pit now.
Nice.
So that's good. I contacted them, that's for sure. Flip the Frog doing the Tri-County Rod and Gun Club in Brighton, 7 p.m. Flip the Frog with a new singer, so... Get out and check that out. 10 String Dream, 7 p.m. at the Old Herald Brewery in Collinsville. I say this one for you because this is every Friday night, no matter what.
Trio El Dorados, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at Ramon's El Dorado, Raymond's El Dorado in Collinsville.
Right.
So that's Trio El Dorados, 6:30 to 8:30.
Do you know that place?
I do not.
So there's a little Mexican place down by the track.
Okay.
Right? I think that's it. There's a lot of little Mexican places down in that area, you know. So I'm assuming it's one of those. Nice. And obviously it's some of the cooks that come out between 6:30 and 8:30. See, because look, it's Trio El Dorado playing Ramon's El Dorado.
Wow.
Every single Friday until Christmas. That's a steady gig. So what you got to do is open your own restaurant and just have your band play. It's brilliant.
I finally figured out how to get a gig.
Right. So, yeah, if you've ever been down there and wondered, who are those guys? Now you know. It's Trio El Dorado.
There you go.
Serenade an Odo, you, during your El Dorado visit, though.
That's in Collinsville.
That's Spanish.
So, there you go. That's Spanish.
The Grand Band, 8 p.m. at Fletcher's in Swansea, Illinois. What do you know about Swansea?
Swansea's a beautiful place. Beautiful place there. Just I got married in Swansea, Illinois.
Yeah?
Yeah. So.
I knew you'd say that. Now I'm going to stop right there because I said Saturday, but I meant Friday is when Matt Costello's gig is going. Look, someone put him on hold for us. How nice.
Awesome.
That is Matt Costello, right? On the phone.
Guilty.
And now you are charged, sir.
I'm wearing your T-shirt, man.
Awesome.
33 on the needle.
Yeah.
New shirt.
Yeah.
New shirt.
Yeah.
Signed by Eric Hensley.
No V-neck, so, you know, Pigpen doesn't have one, but I do.
Well, you know what we could do? We could Hulk Hogan him one out and cut it.
Yeah,
that's what I
all
think.
Flash
Just cut
dance
it.
style.
He'd look good.
Yeah. I'm down.
30.
The sleeves.
Yeah. So we got 33 on the needle with Overnighter and Astral Moth.
Yes, sir.
At the Tap Room in St. Louis on Friday.
What a great place. Yes. Tomorrow night. And actually, that's one of the very first places we played as 33 on the needle 11 years ago.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. And, you know, 11 years I've been playing longer than that, but 11 years and I still haven't gotten any better. So, you know.
Right.
What did...
I would think 11 years, personal record for you with a band, maybe, Matt, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think for Scott and for Todd and for Billy as well. Although Billy, Camp Climax for Girls did a reunion not too long ago, so they technically still be a band, I guess.
Yeah.
And they recorded some songs that weekend that they did the reunion show. They recorded some songs over there at Gaslight, so we got to hear some rough mixes. So that's kind of exciting.
That'd be cool to check out for sure, man. So, yeah, 11 years, man. It's amazing. 33 on the needle.
Yes, we are old men. I mean, very.
I wouldn't have guessed it. It's already been 11 years.
Yeah. You know, and you know what I kind of talked to on Facebook today was Mike Godar, because I had posted about being on the show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He said something about getting the band back together. And I said, you know what? What I wouldn't give to go back to about mid-1994 on a Thursday night from 8 to midnight to fill in on a particular show. Just one more time.
Well, go ahead and tell me what that show is, because I'm getting excited. I think I know. Oh, is that my radio show you're talking about back in the day?
Yeah, well, somebody's radio show.
Oh, okay.
The Alter Ego, I guess.
Oh, Johnny Bash, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's been
There's
in the
only
paper.
one now.
Everyone knows, yeah. Yeah, I used to do that show back in the day.
So how are you guys doing, fellas? How's the new digs? It's exciting. 107.1.
Well, it looks just like the last place. Exactly. Nothing's changed at all. Apparently, it's just a number.
But you guys got a raise, right?
Pigpen, no raises. Pigpen called up the day, and he's like, am I supposed to go to another studio? He really didn't know. He told me when I got up here. It's like, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to come here or not.
I thought we were going to be in a different place. It was going to be 107.1. And I thought this would still be 94.3. I didn't know. Nobody tells me that.
They can do multiple things in one building with technology these days. It's kind of cool.
It is, man. They put like all kinds of radio stations in one spot nowadays.
I mean, technically, you only need about the space of a Johnny on the spot, and you're good to go. Microphone, 4 walls, a roof over your head.
And a toilet.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
So we got an AM and 2 FMs. We're practically MS. I mean,
this is a conglomerate. We can call this a conglomerate at this point.
If that were the case, I wouldn't be on the radio right now. I'd have been canned.
Right. You would have, yeah.
I called again.
But,
live, buddy.
107 up there near your old stomping ground where you took care of the local scene on the point.
Yeah.
I always bring that up, don't I?
It's been a long time since I've been on this end of the dial. And you know what is cool is that show is still going on.
It is cool, yeah.
I believe this year that show will turn 25 years old.
Wow.
I started that show at Lewis and Clark at WLCA.
I was going to say, yeah, we were still hanging out then back there.
That's when the local show, which was a very creative name at the time.
That is very creative.
Because Greg Berg was doing a show on the point he was doing his show on Sunday nights, and it was Local Anesthesia, which was a great name.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, how unoriginal is that? I mean, come on. The local show, geez, come on.
Yeah.
So I would do my show then on Monday night.
Riverbend talent. I mean, he would come up
so obviously I'm in the wrong place because talent, I'm out. But, Greg Berg used to do a show, Iceberg, did the show on Sunday nights on the point, a local music show. And to keep from, distracting from that or detracting from that, I went ahead and did the local show on Monday nights at WLCA.
Right.
And when Greg was let go, shall we say, they asked me if I'd be willing to do the show because I was interning there. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And they're like, well, what do we call it? I'm like, it's the local show, man. It's my show. So I brought it with me, and I left it when I departed. So 25 years old. This coming June or July, I think.
That's great.
That is amazing,
cool.
really. Yeah. That is a lot of local music put out over the airwaves. 25 years.
And we keep talking about our old WLCA, and I hear they're going to fire up a new local show now thanks to Mojo Music. So
they are.
I'm excited.
You can drop missions off at Mojo's there at Edwardsville. And we did just that yesterday, day before, and which is funny because most of that record was recorded upstairs at Bird Cloud with Ryan was
wow.
Yeah, getting, that's basically what we're getting ready for. We're getting excited about is we've got some new songs finally.
Yeah,
and we're going to record some songs and press some vinyl.
And now some outlets to get them played because I don't know if you know it, but KDHX is doing a local show now on Thursday nights.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say it's later, like 9, 10, 11-ish. I don't remember the exact time slot, but Mr. John Valley, who you may know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
He jammed with several bands from the Rosewood Heights area back in the 90s.
We played on more than a couple times on Record Store Day at the Slackers in Alton.
Yeah, so make sure you get John Valley that 33 on the needle. He'll play it.
I'll hand deliver it.
Yeah.
But we're actually going to press a record. I guess I could probably talk about it because Don Bailey, I call him he's like the Willy Wonka of music. The guy he's an amazing talent. First of all, he's the lead singer, guitar player of the Bob Band.
And he makes candy?
No. Oh. Well, he makes some ear candy. He does.
Okay.
Let's put it this way. The Grammy Award-winning Don Bailey, lead singer of the band.
Not Graham Cracker Award winner. The Grammy. That's a real thing.
It's a real thing. I've actually seen it, and it's not like the Stanley Cup. I could hold it, touch it.
Right.
But he won a Grammy for some work he does with some bands from this little town called Nashville.
Heard of it? Illinois, of course. Nashville.
But he's got a building going in Belleville, and he has bought a vinyl lathe, and will be nice. So we are going forward with Don. We're going to do it from tip to toes, basically. Record, probably master, everything right there. It's going to be a one-stop shop, and we're jacked up about it. I mean, it's fly everywhere. We put out a 7-inch, and then we did a split 7-inch with Step Leader. But this will be all of us, all one record and 33 on the needle, and
now I can see after 11 years. I mean, someone like him finally comes along with this piece of equipment that you direly need because your band is called 33 on the needle, and you went 11 years, you still don't have a vinyl out. Savior.
We are broke. We are broke. There's no doubt.
Right.
Tomorrow night is cool because at Underwood manages basically tap room, Schlafly tap room there, 2100 Locust there, downtown St. Louis. But Brett is an amazing guy, a champion for local music.
Yeah.
They do bands Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. It's usually 3 bands each night. Doesn't charge anything to get in, and he pays each band a little bit of money and gives some beers. And I think those are the only shows we ever get paid. We do benefit shows or Schlafly. So,
so for the other bands out there going, well, how would I get a gig there? Do you know?
You can contact Brett Underwood at the Schlafly Tap Room. I don't have the email address in front of me because I'm sitting in one spot, not moving.
It's all good. It's all good.
Out on the stick, so if I move, I might lose cell coverage.
Right.
We're just got into our plumbing like last year, so
we're clued in. Brett Underwood, Schlafly Tap Room. That's your contact.
Yep.
All right, it's up to you guys.
He's a great guy, and so what we decided to do, and we were talking about this back in December when you guys had us on, and we appreciate that very much. We got some new merchandise, and so instead of taking the money that we spent on getting T-shirts and buttons and stickers and stuff made and putting it towards the recording, we thought, we'll just make more money. We'll get all this stuff done and we'll sell it to try and finance the record. So, we're kind of pimping out our merch for recording money. So that's what we're working.
So we've had Astromoth on. We've had you guys on, but not too familiar with Overnighter. Tell me something about them.
We did a show with Overnighter last year. I want to say it was late summer, Wednesday night, and there was like 25 bands playing on a Wednesday night, which is a little bit of an exaggeration. But
yeah, it feels like it, though. Yeah.
The only person I knew, they're a 3-piece, and we were a 3-piece. We started out as one, and you want to talk about a power trio? That's exactly what they were.
Nice.
And the bass player at the time was Steve Breidenbach, who I've known Steve for 25 years probably. Steve's been in and around mainly like the Collinsville, Belleville band scene. Has been a bunch of bands over the course of time. A great musician and just a good guy. And actually came and interned with me over in my radio days, playing bass for them. And they were really good. So we immediately started talking to those guys and kind of like, they're not. So we can bond over our age and the noise level because we kind of like to turn it up a little bit. So call it a power trio. And I know the singer is living in Alton, I believe. They got a new bass player. He's going to probably be, just judging by the guys he hangs out with, he could be a South City guy or he could be a Collinsville, Belleville guy. So there's a Collinsville, Belleville connection because the Illinois bands were always real tight. We always, maintain relationships and did shows together. So that's a camaraderie that us Illinois bands have over some of the St. Louis bands are really just kind of, whatever. There's cliques, but we all maintain pretty tight relationships because Astromoth, Nathan Sander was in Fly Everywhere, also in Back of Dave, and he's in Astromoth. So I'm excited to just hang out with Nate. Great guy. And Jason Wood, extremely talented artist, also in Astromoth, and he's got a sweet mullet kicking, so you got to at least come see that.
Definitely.
Yeah. And Schlafly's a great place, and they've put a stage in, they put PA in, and they've really done it up right. And even when it wasn't, we were standing on the floor with our own PA we brought in for whatever reason and played just standing on the wooden floor. It's a great room, big, tall ceilings, wood, the brick, the smell of hops. It's just.
They got a pretty much built-in crowd there. You got to bring your own people, a little bit of both, or what?
It's kind of a little bit of both, but the great thing about it is there's no cover, and it's actually technically it's an all-ages show because it's drawn. And, they run a tight ship there. You're not going to come in there and see a bunch of drunk kids or anything like that. They're just, they're professionals. They've been around a while. They make some great beer. There's, no end in sight for that. I'm excited because I haven't had a drink in a while. Boys, I need one bad. So I'm looking forward to that. But yes, there's a built-in crowd. It's kind of like, you almost see the old Rocket Bar from Schlafly. And that was a place where you could play and not, from you be an out-of-town band, and there would be people in there. That's the great thing about that just little section. And I likened it to being the epicenter of the St. Louis metro area. If you looked at it on a map, it's right smack dab in the middle. So I kind of feel like it's about 25 minutes at most from anywhere that you might live in the metro area. So there's really no excuse. Free to get in, great food, awesome beer, free music, no cover, all ages. I mean, and you're getting home early.
Nice.
Bands play 9, 10, and 11.
Nice.
So
there you go.
You're out of there.
Yeah, it's always good coming back from St. Luke. Get back a little early.
Sure. Hey, head down to Bottle Barrel, or
Right.
I mean, that's kind of our two home bases. If it's not Bottle Barrel, it's Schlafly, and we're okay with it. We're way okay with that.
All right. Well, we're going to have to get rolling. We got other stuff to talk about, but appreciate you calling in.
I appreciate it very much having me on and having us on and everything you do for us and for all the bands. And welcome to the new digs. You got some more numbers to remember.
Yeah.
What it is. But thanks again, guys. Always a pleasure. You guys are great.
All right.
See you, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
That's Matt Costello of 33 on the Needle.
Right.
And they are playing tomorrow night at Schlafly Tap Room along with Overnighter and Astromoth.
We're pressing it tonight, Pigpen. We have to be out exactly on time, which normally, us, we just kind of wing it. But, there's a college basketball team from the state that is playing top of the hour. You might have heard of them.
Yeah.
Orange and
Eli and
blue,
I
think,
yeah.
or green.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, let's blaze through these Saturdays.
Right, so let's move on to the new musical that's happening down at Jacoby's on Saturday night, Changed to Passage. And that's a live musical from 7 to 10 at Jacoby's Saturday night.
Nice. Then you got the Mondin Band Quartet, 7:30 p.m. at Shea Maryland's on Saturday night.
He must have done a good job on your guitar because you said his name right
He
this
did
time.
a fabulous job on my guitar.
I would imagine. Chris Rhine, I believe is how you say it, Rhien, 7 p.m. at the Old Bakery Brewery in Alton on Saturday.
There's a burlesque show, 10 p.m. at Third Shoot in Alton.
Right. Anthony Nanny at 3, and then Champagne Fixx at 8 at Fast Eddie's. And then here's the hip-hop showcase that's taking place at the Backroom at Bottle and Barrel in Alton. ISM Records is putting on the hip-hop showcase. Couldn't find any information on this, to be honest with you. I checked out the ISM Records page on Facebook. Really no mention of this particular show, but the Back Room at Bottle and Barrel told me, hey, there's a hip-hop show by ISM Records on Saturday, so that's happening.
Yeah, all right.
Ashley Underwood, 9 p.m. at the Raging Cajun Piano Bar in Alton.
We got the number 4 combo, 8:30 p.m. at Sunset Bar in Godfrey.
Isaiah Christian, 8 to 12 at George's Local Brew in Jerseyville.
Terrence Wafer, 5 p.m., and Gen X, 9:30 p.m. at the Pump House this Saturday night.
Overhead Dog, 3 to 7 at the Grafton Winery on Main. They're doing a couple different locations now up there. They're also having On the Rocks from 6 to 7. That's a band. That's not like a drink, right? So On the Rocks, 6 to 7 at the Grafton Winery at the Vineyards on Eckerd Orchard Road. So I haven't been up that way, but apparently 2 locations now.
The winery itself and then now the vineyards.
Yeah.
Excellent. 4th annual Bad to the Bone Chili Cook-Off in memorial of Sam Merkel. It benefits the Siteman Cancer Center. It's the Bad to the Bone Dogtown Horns with the Skylark Brothers, and that's 5 to 10 p.m. at the Moose in Edwardsville.
Yeah. Do the next one.
10 Strings Dreams, 5 to 8 p.m., and Lil Chubby, Lil, L-I-L, Lil Chubby, 9 p.m. at the Stagger Inn again in Edwardsville. Oh, my gosh.
Yep, the whole list, I was just waiting for you to hit that one.
I'm a little chubby right now, just saying.
Yeah, well, I would think that's your favorite name on the list tonight.
That gets the gold star of names for the night.
Right. Just barely beating out Pickin Daisies, who we had as a guest earlier.
Oh, man.
Dead Man's Bridge, 9 p.m. at the Back Bar in Edwardsville. Mr. Blue Sky, which is an ELO tribute.
Nice.
They're doing 2 shows at the Wildey on Saturday, 1 at 2 and 1 at 8.
Yeah. We got Cool Factor, 8 p.m. at the Lake House at Buffalo Park in Maryville.
Strange Buffalo, 8 p.m. at the Cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carbon. That one finishing just below Lil Chubby in the name game
I
tonight.
do like Strange Buffalo. Masterminds, 9:30 p.m. at Patrick's in Granite City.
Shotgun Creek back at it at Deutz, both Friday and Saturday night, 9 p.m.
Then we got Throw the Horns at 9 p.m. at the Vice Bar in Redbud, Illinois.
Right, and go ahead.
Peanut and the Shells, 8 p.m. at the Route 66 Craft Beer and Wine in Carlinville. That's P-Nut,
right.
Peanut and the Shells.
Not,
that is a good name.
Yeah, you liked that one before, but not beating out Lil Chubby, right?
Not beating out Lil Chubby, man.
Not tonight.
Nope.
All right, well, let's go from Peanut and the Shells to Flip the Frog, 6 p.m. at Wild Pickens in Chesterfield. Starting to fire it up at Wild Pickens.
Got DJ Michael James, 7 p.m., and then Rocket Ride, the Kiss Tribute, 9 p.m., and that's at the Knights of Columbus in Highland, Illinois.
And that's to benefit the Highland School bands.
Nice.
So
Very nice.
Go check out the Kiss Tribute, full makeup from Rocket Ride, and raise some money for the Highland School bands.
Awesome. Then the Hookie Monster will be playing. Hookie will be 9 p.m. at Good Time Saloon. That's in Dupo, Illinois.
Roaming Home, 6:30 at Canton Inn in Hillsboro to wrap up our Saturday, at least the list we got here, and all those gigs available at cottonmouth.org with links.
There you go.
We'll try to get Sunday in, but we could get cut off, so we got to go to 59. 50.
Okay, we got the Mondin Band, 10 p.m. every Sunday at Mike's Tin Pen.
All right.
Hollywood 5, 2 p.m. and Nate Sickmeyer and Company, 7 p.m. at Fast Eddie's Bon Air.
Open mic every Sunday and Wednesday at the Stagger Inn in Edwardsville.
We got the Nelson Brothers, 1 p.m. at Reese's Brewing in Edwardsville.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Slim Duo, 2 to 6 at Grafton Winery on Sunday, and then we move to Monday.
Every Monday night, open mic night, 7 p.m. at the at the Bottle and Barrel, and that's hosted by the Extraordinary Blues Band.
Right. Deluxe Duo, 6 p.m. at Fast Eddie's, Bon Air and Alton, and then Jonathan Baker Duo, 6 p.m. at the Prairie Inn in Dorsey. They have shows every Monday night at the Prairie Inn.
There you go, man. That is quite the weekend in the Riverbend area.
Mm-hmm.
Never a shortage of gigs you find.
That's just the ones I found, and all the links I used to find the gigs, they're available at cottonmouth.org. All the clubs that I didn't mention are available at cottonmouth.org. There's even a list of bands that play out regularly because they have amazing band schedules, and hey, maybe there's one I miss, and you just want to look for it yourself. Also a great place to set up your own gigs, right?
Yeah. If you think any of these places that we've mentioned sound like something you would like to play, then I would say by all means get on cottonmouth.org and you can link right to those places.
All right, so now the back timing. Remember that? That's what we're doing now. We're back timing. Are you ready for this back timing thing?
Yeah, but I can't see a clock.
Nervous. Well, you got time for now. So what we could do is mention who's going to be on next week while we got time.
Next week, Flatliner.
Okay.
We will
that didn't take up much time.
We'll meet Flatliner and talk to them about their upcoming gigs, learn about the band, find out what's going on with the band. Flatliner. And then, like always, we're going to keep you up to date with what's going on around the Riverbend area also, in addition to talking to Flatliner next week.
Wow, we're going to do that this time?
Well, I said like always. I said we all... You said I was killing time, brother, so I was killing time. Easy.